Welcome.
Yes.
Yeah, Josh, that's nice. That's nice. Welcome to another edition of WDTN Plus's most watched program, The Pohl Position. And like we say on this show, if at first you don't succeed, try again. And we want to welcome you to a very special edition of The Pohl Position because we are doing something today that I call Polled Together, and that would be the Pohl Family.
Yes.
Josh, I do want to remind our viewers that, it's not, you're not, we love you, but you're not.
Uncle Bobby already said it. He's the youngest.
Well, let's bring
He's
in.
the youngest.
Let's let people
by
know
far.
who you're talking about. So on a very special edition of The Pohl Position, today we want to welcome in, and let's see if we can see them. Boom, there they are. That is Woody Pohl in the Browns jacket and Bob Pohl on the left. And
Uncle Bobby.
Uncle Bobby.
Uncle Bobby. How much has that man cost you already, Bob? I'm just curious. I'll bet you're in. He comes in once a year and sees
Twice.
you. I'll bet he's in $400 or $500.
Twice a year.
Well, let's just say
Spring
with the
and
chicken
fall.
places, you get twice. That's still a
And he
hefty
loves
tag.
roosters.
Yeah, well, we all love roosters. Woody loves roosters. We all love. So listen, this is great because throughout my years in radio and television, spanning 30 plus years, 35, whatever, however long it's been. Gosh, I guess technically
Longer than I've been alive.
That's nice, Josh. Thanks for pointing that out. Anyway, throughout the years,
I'm
I've
just
always
carrying on the name.
Yeah, that's not your name. Anyway, can we just please get to the intro? We're going to run out of time. Not even introduce these guys.
Go ahead.
So,
20 seconds.
see, the problem with Josh is he gets carried away and he just, he can't help himself. But anyway, throughout the years, I've always been able to get my family on TV. We had Woody at the World Series. We've had Bob talking about my younger years. We had my brother Bill's band on Operation Football way back in the
And
late 1990s.
didn't you do an Olympic story with Bobby? Because he built
yes.
He built
Yes.
the things
That
we ski on.
bobsled, yes. I don't think we ski on but yes, we did a bunch. Me and Bob spent a week together at the Olympic training facility in Park City, Utah, and did a bunch of stories, and it was great. And we, like I said, when Woody used to live in St. Louis, had Woody. So we bring them in today because of the recent unfortunate teams in the state of Ohio. And as the family of 8, it's kind of breaking down like this. Those in the middle, 4 and up, are all seem to be Browns fans. And then
If
the
it's
younger
brown,
4s,
flush it down.
well, listen, we're not going to get nasty. These two are different. Anyway, so you two guys were Browns fans. So, Woody, we'll start with you because you've got the Browns jacket on. What started your love affair with the Browns, and how soon did you realize you picked the wrong team?
Well, first of all, recent is a very loose term that you've used because their demise has been since I started watching them back when I was 13 years old in 1972 because of Bobby, as Josh would call him. Bobby got me involved watching the Browns. It started with a little black and white TV set in my bedroom on Christmas Eve.
That's all Joe Pohl could afford.
Yeah, and
Whoa, you
Browns
almost
blew
fell back in
game
that
to the
chair.
undefeated Dolphins. So that was the start of it. But yeah, it's been a miserable ride to the last 50 years.
Have they ever been good?
Yes.
Yeah,
Bob,
but
let's bring in Bob. Bob, now, you're a little older than Woody, so you've enjoyed the
Whoa. I
What?
thought he was the youngest. He looks
You
the
know
youngest.
something, Josh?
Look how...
I'm the youngest. Don't I look young and fresh?
No, look at Bobby.
I-
He's like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
he's younger than Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'll give you that. Can we get back
Yeah,
to the
go ahead.
Yeah. I'm the youngest, Josh, just so you know.
Oh.
A young, perky. I was the last poll to enter the 60s.
And I'm the last poll to enter the 80s.
All right. Anyway, so Bob, you got to at least enjoy some NFL championships. Jim Brown, what did you get?
Yeah,
when did you start your love affair with the
How I got
Browns?
involved with the Browns was because literally with Jim Brown. When I was a kid, everyone was a Jim Brown fan, so I became a Browns fan. And the only good memory I've ever really had was in 1964, watching on a little tiny black and white TV in New York, the NFL championship that they won, which was the last time, which was 61 years ago.
Wow.
Ever since then, it's been misery.
Think about that.
upon
Think
misery.
about that, Josh. They beat out 6 other teams to win that championship.
And that's,
You know, wait a minute, there was
that's
more than
almost
that.
double my age is how long ago it was.
But at least they got a championship. So you're bad teams when you start.
Baker Mayfield's dominating.
Yeah, well, that's true. But That has to be tough. But like they say in the current Browns, they say, what, if you have 2 quarterbacks, you have none? What happens if you have 5 quarterbacks like the Browns?
Still have none. Still have none.
Yeah, they're starting a guy who's your age at quarterback.
So I want to go. What do you go back to you? Talk about a few of your, and I guess we're going to get with the fumble or the drive or whatever, your biggest memories of the Browns, and maybe just go with the heartbreak. But if you have a happy story like Bob did, feel free to put that in as well.
I don't have a happy story. Hey, I've got misery. Hey, here's a quick story. When my youngest daughter was born, I was at the hospital. It happened to be in 1987, January the 10th, when the Browns were playing Denver. They were going to the Super Bowl. It was the happiest day of my life. They had just scored a touchdown. All they had to do was hold Denver and at their own 2-yard line, and they were going to the Super Bowl. My happiest day turned into my most miserable day. They went down
I'm sure your
field,
youngest appreciates
scored
that.
A touchdown, kicked a field goal, won the game. And people say, "Hey, didn't you just have a daughter, a baby?" Oh, that? Yeah, I did. But the freaking Browns lost today, and they should have been going to the Super Bowl. So that's my one of the horrific stories.
Yeah, Bob.
Followed by the fumble a couple of years later, and it just goes on and on. And
how about when they left?
Yes, let's discuss that.
There's no hope. There's no hope.
Now come on. They've proven to be a solid franchise that would never turn their back on downtown Cleveland. Oh, wait. They're building a dome outside of downtown Cleveland. I mean, they had the mistake on the lake for years, and I do like their new stadium. I was
going to say, why don't we take a Pohl's trip when Bobby comes in to a Browns game? Okay,
and what's your last name again?
Pohl.
No, we're just, listen.
Me, you, Bobby.
So, Bob, I want to get your take. We got to get through this misery. I want to get your take on the fumble. Was that the worst moment in Browns history?
No,
or what
to me, no. I don't know. There's two. Red Right 88 wasn't bad either. That was a horrible one, too.
Okay, tell us what that was. Tell us what Red Right 88 is. We are a young viewership show, aren't we, Josh?
Highest rated.
Highest rated.
I mean, all you guys combined probably equal our live studio audience.
Yeah, we had a live studio audience last week. One person showed up, so we're not doing that again.
It was a 95-year-old woman, I believe.
She was nice. I wish she would have quit booing me, but she was nice to have her here. So, Bob, talk about, what was it, Red 90 what now?
Red Right 88. It was that guy, all they do is kick a field goal to win the game, and what do? They throw a pass, it gets picked in the end zone. That was the name of the play, Red Right 88.
You're telling me now, Woody? Would you agree? Is that the worst, or would the fumble be the worst?
No, the drive on my
drive is the worst.
Birthday. That's the worst.
That's the worst. The drive is the worst. He's right.
That's the worst. The fumble was pretty bad. I mean, there's been so many. It just never. It just doesn't. I can't even describe the feeling. Bob, what'd you say about Bob? I got to ask you this question. I'm going to lead you into this one. Your friend said that he wanted his. Why did he want his? Browns
he said that. He said when he died, his obituary said that he wanted the Browns to lower him in the ground so they could let him down one more time.
No, that's funny. Now, do you guys ever have any hope? Like this season, were you excited? Like, okay, you're 0-2.
When Baker won the playoff game, come on. When Baker won the playoff game.
I had a little bit of hope, but but now it's just they find a way to screw it up.
And Baker's dominating.
They find a way. They just don't understand how to run a football team. And look at Baker now. I was telling Bob last night, Jim, listen to this. In a matter of 2 or 3 minutes, the Tampa Bay was playing the Houston on Monday night.
Yeah, great game.
Nick Chubb, one of the greatest Browns ever, runs for the 25-yard touchdown. Ex-Brown. On the ensuing drive, Baker Mayfield takes him the length of the field, and they score a touchdown to win the game. And another ex-Brown. So it's just painful. That's how when you think there's no hope, when you see that.
Well, you know, it is rough. It is rough. And then, you know, it brings us back to, and we almost have to take a commercial break. But Bob, I'm going to ask you, did you ever have hope? Man, that's a long time since they won the NFL championship. There had to have been a few moments, maybe during the Brian Sipe years, maybe the Vinny Testaverde years, or
when they first got Deshaun Watson.
The closest was the Bernie Kosar years, you know.
Oh,
that was
yeah.
the closest, you know. Yeah. That was it, you know. Since then, nothing. You know, I mean, the only happiest time in my life is when they were gone. They were for 3 years. I didn't have to worry about it, you know. It was great. I could live a normal life. It was awesome.
Now, do you guys watch them every Sunday?
Oh yeah, I got them. I watch them on I've got the Direct TV, you know, or not Direct TV
YouTube
anymore,
TV.
YouTube.
So you pay for the ticket.
I have the same.
So you pay $500
you know,
every year.
Part of this whole thing is you can't get away from it, no matter how much you try.
Right.
To say, I'm not going to watch them. I can't do it because I can't stand it. You do it anyway because you can't help it.
Hey,
and it just brings you.
Josh and I are Bengal fans, and I'm telling you, it isn't a whole lot of different. I mean, we had to go through Achilles Smith. We finally get a good quarterback in Carson Palmer. I swear they were going to win the Super Bowl that year, and boom, Kimo von Oelhoffen rolls up on his knee on a huge pass to Chris Henry, God rest his soul, and boom, the Bengals are dead. Then we had to go through Andy Dalton years. Now we get the great Joe Burrow, and all he does is go on the shelf every single week. So we understand your pain. Woody, do you remember this story? Do you remember this story? You were living in St. Louis, and this was way back in the day, but Woody had a satellite dish in his backyard. But it was one of those old-time things where you physically had to move the disc to try and get the satellite in, okay?
Oh, yeah.
So, and we're trying to watch we're trying to watch the Bengal game. We're working all this stuff. Woody finally tunes it in, and I kid you not, they were playing the San Francisco 49ers, and boom, right when he tunes it in, I mean, the second he tunes it in, I'll never forget it. Whoever their quarterback, I think it was Steve Young, throws a touchdown pass to beat the Bengals at the clock, like a Hail Mary to end the game. And then no sooner did I see that play and the Bengals, it all went out again.
I remember, Jim.
Do you remember that?
Yes,
I
do.
remember that like yesterday because, you know, I think you're past the point where you can get in trouble because I think he was stealing satellite signals back then.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah, so, yeah.
The Pohls are wild.
The wild. Well, no, we have Browns and Bengal fans in the family. Losers is what that is. Losers, no doubt about it. Where is the time gone? We have to take a quick commercial break, but when we come back, the Pohls, plural, Pohls.
Four of
position.
us. Four of us.
Three.
Four.
Three, you
Four.
nutcase. There's three of us.
Four.
Pohl's Positions coming right back, right after this. Welcome back to the Pohl Position, the most watched program on
WDTN Plus.
Oh, yeah, man, we are killing it. And we are killing it today because we're not the Pohl Position. We are, check a look at that. We are the Pohl's Position. I'm joined by Woody Pohl. Woody, where are you right now? You were in Pennsylvania, is that right?
I am in Carlisle, Pennsylvania.
That's right. Carlisle, Pennsylvania, not to be confused with Carlisle, Ohio, home of the Indians. And Bob, where are you at? You're a man of the world. You could be anywhere.
I'm in Telluride, Colorado. Right
Telluride, Colorado.
That's where we're taking our winter trip next year.
You're not going to Telluride, Colorado.
Me, you, and Uncle Bobby.
Bob, how long would he last in Telluride, Colorado with those people? I mean, handkerchiefs are like $500. I mean, it's just, no.
I could, like, stand on a corner and go,
Bob,
ding,
you remember
ding,
that?
ding,
Woody,
ding,
you were
ding.
there. Remember when the lady got in the pool with us? Her swimsuit would cost more than every dime I ever made in my life, including when I was delivering papers for the Journal Herald back
Was
in
she
the day.
cute?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
here's
I mean,
the problem. You remember when we got in the pool? What she did?
she was out
Fast
pretty
did she
quick.
get out of that pool?
Well, I'm thinking that water may have gotten a little cold, and that's why she left. It couldn't have been us. She's like,
She grabbed her towel and ran to the locker room.
no, she did. I mean, she.
So maybe
I
you're
heard-
not allowed in Telluride.
Well, no, I mean, Telluride.
Whatever.
Get it, Telluride.
I just need
Telluride.
Bobby comes in October. His Christmas gift this year to us is going to be him
You know what,
flying
Josh?
me and you.
Yes. Yeah, I can hardly wait.
And maybe I'll bring him a Browns thing.
You know. So I don't know, but I'm kind of a hairy guy, and I heard that lady as she's walking out of the hot tub say they need to do something about this bear problem. I mean,
You are probably the hairiest guy I know.
I mean, it was. It was not. Let's just
hang
say
on,
I wasn't about to hit on that lady.
Are
Oh
all the
man.
Are all the Pohl boys hairy?
No, I mean, that's. I mean, it was just she took her shot and she moved on. But Josh, you cannot come to Telluride. I don't think that you're not ready for that town, and believe me, that town is not ready for you.
Okay, one question.
What's your question?
Who do you like better, Woody or Bobby?
I love my brothers and my sister. I'm the
And
youngest
me.
of 8. Blood brothers. Let me put it that way.
How about
blood
nephews?
brothers?
Sons?
So can we get back on
Yeah,
topic
go
here?
ahead. Go ahead.
Is that
This is the
nutcase?
Pohl's position.
Thank you. It's
Hey,
the Pohl's.
I got a question here.
Oh.
I got to make a statement here. You guys are pikers. I mean, no way is you guys worse than the Browns. No way.
Oh, wait,
How many
no.
Super Bowls? How many
We've
Super
been to
Bowls
2
have you been
Super
to?
Bowls, and we have Jamar Chase breaking free. He's literally 15 yards in front of me. I'm on the sideline getting ready to shoot it. We're getting ready to get the touchdown to win the Super Bowl, and literally maybe just go off into the Telluride Mountains and no one ever see me again. If they would have won that game right in front of me, I'm like, that's it. My life can't get better. I'm out of here. You know?
And then
I mean,
you
I
didn't
had a
hit
Bengals
record.
Super Bowl way up. Right. And I double clicked and didn't record that. But you're right. I mean, but instead, of course, Burrow gets sacked, and that doesn't happen. And then the other Super Bowls, they had a chance to win both of those heartbreaking. I would have rather been the early Denver Broncos losing 75-0 in every Super Bowl than to go through what the Bengals went through.
Right. Maybe
But
you're right. I didn't think about
I
that.
don't know. But we've
That's
each had
true.
our share of horrible quarterbacks and that have come through. Your thoughts, Woody, we'll start with you. Your thoughts on the Browns' current quarterback situation. I would say they were tanking for Manning, but Arch Manning's a stiff.
Oh,
Yeah, I think that they're they don't understand the position. I think because they started with trying to move into Deshaun Watson, and that was a cluster of
disaster.
I don't know what. And now they've tried to go with an older guy that, I mean, it's just
Disaster.
and I think their only hope, I thought, was Shador. And when they kind of put him on the back burner and treated him like crap, then I knew that they just, they don't know what they're doing. So that I don't know what they're going to do. I agree with you. Manning is not the player they thought he was.
Oh, the guy's a stiff. I mean, Josh is the biggest Ohio State fan ever came down the pike. He's ready to build a monument over the
Julian
Buckeyes
saying
because they
maybe-
beat Texas.
Julian
And you know what?
saying,
Ohio State beat.
hang on. Julian's saying maybe the best quarterback in college football right now.
Maybe, but you know who's not? Arch Manning. And
Him?
you
How about
acted
the
like
kid
they
at
beat the
LSU?
greatest team in the history
The
of
kid at
planet Earth.
LSU's not very good. The kid at Clemson's not very good.
No, all the guys we thought were going to be all the Browns tanking for another quarterback, and they all stink.
Yeah.
And saying has to stay another year.
So I don't.
And you wonder why, Jack, why I say there's no hope, because they're going to rest their hope on a 5'10" quarterback, Gabriel, and who's can't even see over
Dylan
the
Gabriel.
offensive
He
line.
threw a touchdown, didn't he, Bob?
Big
He's
deal.
just, in garbage time.
He's a stiff.
Hey.
He's a stiff.
Well,
He's awful.
I mean, I don't know.
Like the rest of
We'll see what happens. But chances are you guys are going to get a lot. Well, you will get a lot of picks next year, and you may get the number 1 pick. So there might be hope in that. So one thing though, I will say this, Josh.
They've done pretty good defensively, though. I mean, I
They
feel
have.
their defense
Just ask
is
Joe
legit.
Burrow. Did you see that hit Myles Garrett had on him
3 in
earlier
a
this
row,
season?
and Denzel Ward has worked out pretty well. I mean, he held Jamar Chase to what?
That's like, you've got a leaky house, your living room's soaked in water, but boy, the bathroom looks nice.
Well, that's why I'm moving to Telluride.
I mean, it does.
That's why I'm moving in with Uncle Bobby.
You couldn't have said it better.
That's exactly.
Well,
Hey, I'm a Bengal
look
fan.
at-
I'm,
look at this, Jim. They held Derrick Henry to what? 21 yards and 11. He had
Hey.
11 carries. or
Whoa,
whatever,
whoa, whoa. Who's
Still
Jim? Who's Jim?
that's me.
No, your name's Jack.
Now, my name's been Jack for a long time on the airwaves of Dayton, Ohio.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. You have one of those fake names?
Not a fake name. Everybody outside of my family calls me
I've
Jack.
never heard you
What
call-
have you called me your whole life? And you've
Papaw?
never been on air with. Good point.
I've called you Papaw or Paps.
All right,
Grandpa
let's
Pohl.
not get anything else. You want to? Yeah.
One time I was mad at you and I said,
Yeah, we're not saying that. We can't. Even though we're on streaming only, we still have to watch ourselves here, Josh. Okay, so the deal is my real name is James Matthew Pohl. And when I was growing up, my brother Bob, what was the nickname you gave me? And my first nickname, and get your pencils out, folks, because it's not a quick one. It's not a quote. What was it?
It was Hugo Farf XB Jr. the Third.
Boy, I wonder why that didn't stick. Was it Hugo or Hugo? Which one was it, Hugo or Hugo?
It was Hugo.
Hugo, can you imagine? Welcome to the Pohl Position. I mean, man, that would be great. Welcome to the Pohl Position. This is Hugo Farf, XB Jr. the Third. Yeah, it probably wouldn't work. All right, the music still sounds good though. That's for.
I'm actually planning out Bobby's trip for when he comes.
Yeah, he's buying you wings. You're buying him wings
No,
on
I'm
Monday.
buying
You're
him
buying
wings.
him burgers on Tuesday. You're buying him lasagna on
I'm
Wednesday.
going to find out
I
when the
saw
Browns
them.
are playing, and then we'll Zoom in or FaceTime, or Woody can come, and it'll be like a
Woody's
Pohl
coming.
reunion.
No, he's coming.
He's coming.
Yeah,
He
and then we'll
always
all stay at
comes.
your house and have like a dude's day.
You're not staying at my house. And I don't like Dude's Day with you.
Why?
Because it's disgusting.
Why?
It cost a lot of money. B,
We
there's
make
a lot
beef
of
jerky.
stains. I'm not making beef jerky. With
You don't like
Can
beef
we
jerky?
get back to the why my name is Jim and not?
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Okay.
I
so
digress.
circa 19. What was that, Bob? Probably 1973. I was 8 years old.
72, 73, right around
Yes,
there.
I was a young boy.
I
with-
wasn't born.
No, I was a young boy with cheek of tan, with a wonderful life in front of me. Then Then my dad takes me to the Bengals-Steelers game. The Steelers were in the midst of their heyday with Terry Bradshaw. They won 3 straight Super Bowls. The Steelers were 6-0. The Bengals were 0-6, and the Bengals beat the Steelers that day 34-10. Steelers turned it over 6 times. They didn't want to play. Kind of like that Ravens game you guys went to, and the Browns beat the Ravens. Was that last year?
That was last year.
Yeah, it's last year, so even a blind squirrel finds an acorn. But it was because of that game and that the Bengals beat the mighty Steelers that I became a Bengals fan, and I've been that way the rest of my life.
So you could have been a Steelers fan.
Had they won that game 30, now see,
So,
I'd
like,
rather
you
have the
signed-
misery. I'd rather have the misery of a Bengals fan than the happiness of a Steelers fan. Would you guys, at least we have that in common, right? What are your thoughts on the Steelers, if any?
Well, the Steelers are within a couple of hours from where I live now.
Oh.
So I'm surrounded by Steeler fans, and they're pretty hated in my little family. I do not like the Steelers. Never have.
Do they have
My
like a
fondest
chant?
memory of a Steelers-Browns game. I don't know if you remember this, Bob. I'm sure Will's when Turkey Joe Jones picked up
Turkey
Terry
Joe
Bradshaw, flung him into the air, and stuffed him on his head in one quick.
Now that's football.
The
You
great
do that
Terry
now, they put you in
Bradshaw
prison.
said,
Sounds like
"I don't mind playing
WWF.
all." He didn't care.
That is nuts.
His name was, what was his name?
What
Turkey
was his
Brown
name?
James?
Turkey Gravy who?
Joe Jones.
Turkey Joe Jones. They don't have good names like that. They don't have Mean Joe Green anymore. They have Turkey Jones. They don't have any of that good
Pac-Man.
stuff. Yeah, he doesn't play anymore, and I liked Pac-Man. You say what you want,
in
but
jail, isn't he,
you
Jim?
didn't have to live
Ooh,
through
he may be.
Pac-Man Jones. Oh, I don't know. You had Deshaun Watson, who has a far worse record. Much
How about
different.
Vontez Perfect?
We had Vontez, we had Tez. And you know what the best thing Pac-Man Jones ever said about Vontez Perfect? It was after he hit someone in the head, knocked him out, and got suspended for a month. And Pac-Man looks me straight in the eye in his locker, and he says, you know what? I'd take a whole team of Tez. I said, well, you guys are 2 in between him and the other guys. So anyway, my family grew up calling me, getting back to this name thing. This is how the show is every week, guys. We try and talk about something, and Josh, cannot stay on topic. Cannot stay.
I can't
never.
help
This
the
is supposed to be a
advertisers like
professional
me.
show
I
on
cannot help
WDTN+.
the advertisers like me.
The advertisers like you. Yeah, they'd like you to be off. That's what they'd like. He's all excited because he's getting a headshot because the advertisers want to. I tell you what, you're lucky you can't see his mug right now. And by the way, did I tell you that haircut is ridiculous?
Well,
if
after I got
you're
it
trying-
cut like
I told you,
yours.
I said, just come on the show normal today. He gets his Buzz Military cut with some.
Well, I had to-
you look like a boy band gone
well, they were
horribly
like,
wrong.
No, listen. So when I walked in today, they were like, "So do you still want the Jack Pohl cut?" Because last time I went in, that's what they typed in their little computer. The Jack Pohl
The
cut.
Jack Pohl cut. What bowl did they use, huh? That's the way that goes. But oh no, I think we lost them. Our free Zoom ended, and guess what?
Oh,
Justin,
just hit okay. It's okay.
Wait, hit okay. Are you guys still there? No.
Oh!
You know what? It doesn't matter because we are out of time. Thank you so much to the Pohl brothers. Woody Pohl. Can you believe we didn't pay for the top tier of Zoom? What's
Woody
up with-
Pohl, Josh Pohl, Bobby Pohl, and James Pohl.
Yeah,
will We'll be back next week.
On the Pohl Position. Yeah.